gonna give in now. I'm just gonna live this now. I'm gonna beam and I'ma kill this stuff real quick. I'ma go take it to town, cause I gotta be that king in the ring when I'm knocking him out when I'm back with the wheel. Cause I am just up on the journey. Just know that I'm just going insane.
Warriors, rise! Hey, what's up, Warriors? Out here in the universe, somewhere in the world. But I just want to touch base with you guys, doing this video just right after my workout here in the universe. But I just want to come to you guys and talk about the Great Reset. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this off of my memory and off of all the research I've done in my head. And I'm going to take you on a quick journey of the Great Reset and the fact that we're already in the Great Reset. And whether people consciously wake up or they stay asleep, which probably most people will, is that this is what's going to happen. It's not if, it's not will it, it's when and how. Okay, so I'm gonna walk you through the transitions, I'm gonna walk you through the gaslighting, the narratives that have happened. So let's start back in 2008, and I'll try to go through this as quick as I can. If I miss any timelines or things like that, this is all based from memory and the 8 to 9 hours a day research I've done for the last, since I left banking in 2017. Well, my journey started when I was in banking in 2017, studying the Federal Reserve. And when I understood that the banking system, I couldn't be in it, just put it that way. I couldn't be in the banking system. I couldn't be part of that type of system, and so I went on a freedom journey. So first of all, back in 2008, we had a massive financial collapse, right? Massive financial collapse where people are getting non-income stated loans. Non-income stated loans. They could walk into a bank and get $1 million home with 0 income stated. They could get an interest-only mortgage, and people are flipping houses like crazy. So number one, you have to ask yourself, who let that happen, okay? I went into banking around 2007, going into 2008, and all of a sudden, the housing market completely collapses, right? Started to collapse at that point. So we have people coming into the bank, foreclosing on their homes, and I started to ask myself a question, who let this happen, right? And then around 2009, Bitcoin's inception comes. Now we still don't know who Satoshi Nakamoto is. So I have my own perception on that. And I'm telling you what, Bitcoin's not going anywhere. Ethereum's not going anywhere. It's deep in the banking system through consensus. Think about that. The Federal Reserve had tapped Ethereum for the new LIBOR. There's many changes happening. We have interest rate changing happening. So not only in the movement of money, we're talking about how they do interest rates, Warriors. Think about that. Basel III changed last year. So that everything in banking, everything in your ecosystem is changing. It is the Great Reset. We're already in it, okay? So in 2009, Bitcoin's inception comes. Since 2009, again, we printed more money than in history. For some reason, when this currency comes out, of this store of value, which is going to be deemed a commodity, which is a good thing. Senator Loomis said that. So we got two people on the bipartisan side, Democrat and Republican, coming together, and Loomis said it's going to be a commodity, which is awesome, right? So now we're just waiting for regulation to come out around the Xrp Ripple case, which will be the new Howey test, which is going to smash 99% of the cryptocurrencies. There's going to be a few standing that are going to change the monetary system, that are going to change supply chain management. So back in 2009, Bitcoin's inception comes. Then we go into this peace and prosperity, but during that time, they tapped BlackRock, the largest asset manager in the world, to balance out the markets. So the Federal Reserve taps BlackRock to balance out the markets. Think about that for just a moment. The largest asset manager in the world gets tapped by the Federal Reserve to balance out the markets, okay? So keep that in your memory bank. So then we come to about 2019, around October, November, the World Economic Forum does a pandemic preparedness, okay? And then all of a sudden, boom, by March 2020, our worlds get turned upside down. But we're so caught in the Coliseum, reality shows, we're stuck on our social media, we're addicted to drama, we're addicted to Kardashians and what's going on with Kanye and Pete Davidson and all this stuff, that we're not paying attention. None of us are paying attention, and we've been bred into survival. We've been bred to be workers, okay, not educated people, so we're not using critical thinking skills. If we need something done, we just reach out to Google now. We don't even use our critical thinking skills, so they know that, right? So, and this isn't a bash against anybody, this is what's happening. So they have us all looking this way, and all of a sudden they shut us down this way, right? So they shut down businesses. Mine got shut down. I lost 78% of my revenue. So I immediately went online, right? Many businesses weren't able to transition online. So people lost their jobs, people lost their businesses, people were arguing, they were fighting, they were protesting. That was the first phase. They want you arguing, they want you fighting, they want you protesting, right? So they crush American families. Then they started a narrative where people are fighting against the C word versus no C word, right? There's people at Costco standing up, on their social media, yelling at other people with mask on. Mask versus no mask. V versus no V, right? You know what I'm talking about, the thing, the little jabby thing. So you have all these narratives going on. They're like, okay, cool, we got the people separated just a little bit, okay? So let's just keep rolling with this. Then we're gonna start to give them stimulus checks. We're start to pump money into the economy. Well, as that money's pumping into the economy, guess who's getting a lot of that? The big companies, the top of the house, the wealthiest people in the world. And the 4 wealthiest people in the world became much wealthier during the pandemic, and the working poor became much poorer. Okay, so we transitioned. 2020 shot by, 2021, and in 2021 they start gaslighting us with, hey, we're gonna get this economy fixed, we're gonna put some transitory inflation in place, and we're gonna get it back to a normal inflation within a reasonable amount of time. So we're like, okay, we'll be good, the markets will be fine, right? Then we come in, so transitory means they're gonna get it back into balance, or it's gonna be transitory, it's gonna be high for a little while and they're gonna bring it back down. So they keep saying that. They're telling us cryptocurrency is an absolute fraud, you're a criminal, all this stuff, just going on and on and on and on, right? So then we come into 2022, okay, 2022, and then what happens is, all of a sudden, we go from transitory inflation to, boom, massive inflation, right? This shit's here to stay. All of a sudden, they're like, we made a mistake. Inflation is here to stay, okay? It's no longer transitory anymore. So inflation is here to stay. All of a sudden, your prices are going up, okay? Gas prices shoot up, food prices shoot up, okay? Now what's gonna happen is you're gonna have massive lefts. This is the Great Reset, warriors. It's here, the Great Reset. So what they're gonna do is, there's gonna be a massive separation between the very, very wealthy and the working class, right? There's gonna be no middle class. 401ks, think about it, 401ks right now. Why do you think? Okay, so let's talk about that. So they went from saying that cryptocurrency is a fraud, right? That they're not touching it, to now they're saying, yes, it's gonna be layered, the regulation's gonna be layered on top of the current financial system. They're coming out with a new Howey test, which is gonna be I think the Ripple SEC case is gonna do that. Cryptocurrency is here to stay now. Now they're just figuring out who the winners and losers are gonna be. Then, Fidelity is connected to BlackRock. Fidelity now allows their clients to put 20% of their investments or retirement into Bitcoin. Think about that. 20% is a pretty heavy weighting. If you think a cryptocurrency is going to go to zero, if you think this commodity is going to go to zero. So now Fidelity and BlackRock invested $400 million into Circle. Go look up Circle. It's a big cryptocurrency company. So BlackRock, who balanced out the markets for the Feds and is still tapped to balance out the markets for the Fed, which is the biggest asset manager in the world. Fidelity invests $400 million into Circle. At the same time, Fidelity says now 401k funds can allocate 20% of their clients' resources or their retirement into Bitcoin. Think about that. They're like, get 20% in there. They want that in there so that the markets, when the markets collapse, they don't come collapsing down. So now you have people who are retirement age right now, who have their 401ks, they've been working their ass off for a 401k, no pension, right? And all of a sudden the market's gonna come collapsing back down. So now here's what's gonna happen. The markets are gonna come collapsing back down within the next 6-7 months, maybe 12 months, right? We're gonna have massive inflation. It's systemic now, it's global. It's not even just in America, right? We got Turkey is out of control inflation. Every country is starting to experience massive inflation, massive inflation. So if every country now is experiencing massive inflation, is this just an America thing or is this a global monetary switch? Here's what's gonna happen. My opinion, not financial advice, is we're gonna wake up in the next 5 years and we're gonna be operating on a central bank digital currency. They're gonna allocate, or with the SDR, they're gonna what do you call it? Not reallocate, sorry. Can't think of the word right now, but with the SDR, they're gonna not regulate, comment down below the word I'm looking for. Reevaluate the currencies, reevaluate the currencies. We may have a one world currency, right? Money's gonna move at the speed of light. The ISO 20022 is the messaging system that has to move. The messaging has to move and the money moves at the speed of light. Okay, and what's gonna happen is the middle class is gonna get wiped out, leverage towards technology. Now, when that happens, you have to be able to help people survive. So you're gonna start giving them subsidized healthcare, you're gonna give them UBI, and you're just gonna own nothing, and you're gonna be happy. So everything that's happening matches up with the World Economic Forum is telling you, not hiding it, they're telling you, you're gonna own nothing and be happy. Go watch the World Economic Forum videos. You're gonna own nothing and be happy. So it matches up, warriors. Right now, the interest rates are so high and the housing prices are so high, you can't buy a house. Most people can't buy a house now. So who's buying up those houses? Hedge funds. They're buying single family homes right now. Some of the elites are buying farmland all over the world, specifically in America. Assets, assets, assets. So we're heading into the Great Reset Wars. Our whole monetary system is going to be different. Our healthcare system is going to be different. The way we interact is going to be different. Now, here's the thing. This is the greatest time in human history. I've taught my warriors to stay calm, don't trip, buy the dip, diamond hands, understand fundamentals. The books that I'd be reading right now, if you're not reading these books already, is Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Richest Man in Babylon, okay? So important, okay? Think and Grow Rich, Richest Man in Babylon, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Study these books, warriors. Study these books. Understand them. Okay? What I would do is I would be creating cash flow. Cut out, change your habits. Create cash flow. Maybe invest in speculative asset. I don't know. The things that I'm sticking with is fundamental cryptocurrencies. Fundamental, okay? Ethereum is up and running. And study consensus in Ethereum, okay? Study what the Federal Reserve did to tap them around LIBOR, okay? LIBOR, which is an interest rate. LIBOR and so forth. You're going to study these things. These are hints that you can go out and study. That's what gives me confidence. That's why our warriors don't panic during these times, warriors. What is going to happen, though, is many cryptocurrencies are going to come collapsing down to zero. There may be another black swan in crypto. We know that the Luna thing was a massive hit to people. My heart goes out to people. Many influencers were hit hard with that as well. But we've always stayed fundamental in the academy. I'm not saying that Luna wasn't a fundamental. It was supposed to be a stable coin with UST, right? So I believe there may be another black swan in crypto. There may be another black swan in crypto. And what that's doing is it's flooding the people to look this way, and then the person comes up with the solution this way. Who would be the person coming up with the solution? Comment down below. They create a problem, creates a reaction in the people. Whoever comes up with the solution is the hero, right? So who's coming to save you, supposedly, right? Okay. So I just want to get you this information, words. I'm going to be traveling the next couple days, so hopefully you guys can hear me well. I'll be doing out-of-pocket videos like this, but the Great Reset is here, warriors. It's not, is it coming? It's here. It's happening right now, and we are asleep. We are literally asleep. We're asleep at the wheel. We're in a Lamborghini. They put a brick on the freaking gas pedal. We're going towards it. They jumped out into another car, warriors. But you have the opportunity. You have the opportunity to get your head away from all the bullshit going this way and come this way. So I'm going to keep talking about the Warrior Academy. 4,500 warriors worldwide. But like-minded people have come together. So click the link down below. Join www.3twarrior.com. Sorry, they're starting to do some sample or whatever we're doing right here. So I love you guys. Appreciate you. Warriors! Let's get your shit together. Let's go.